What are red flags in a friendship most people brush away? Continually feeling like you want to say something but should hold your tongue. I'd like to add to this but I think I'll hold off. Hey, he's not your friend, buddy. He's not your buddy, guy. He's not your guy, pal. Being dismissive of all your interests and achievements. Meanwhile everything they do, no matter how mundane, is amazing. I had a friend like this. She literally blocked me on social media when I was doing well at my job because she couldn't be happy for me, but then she sends me messages on a weekly basis about how great her very ordinary office job is. Edit, there's nothing wrong with office jobs, she just acts like she's the first person to ever have one and expects people to be excited for her all the time. You see you got a private message from them and your gut reaction is to start getting nervous or anxious. What is it this time? This was happening with me for months before the friendship imploded. It was always something, and none of it good. Always asking for favors but never there when you need them to return one. I remember one time I needed a lift halfway across the UK and none of my friends would take me. One of my online friends who lived not too far away who I help out a lot just said, "Say no more, I'll be there in 15 minutes, get your shit." Safe to say he is one of my closest and best friends. Friends who are always happy to talk about themselves but never once ask you how you're doing or anything engaging you to talk about yourself. Have a friend exactly like this. It's very annoying lately. You should let them know. Maybe they don't realize they're doing it and would change their behavior to be a better friend. I was that friend once and I wish I had known before it was too late to fix it. Inability or unwillingness to apologize when he or she does something wrong. It's symptomatic of an ego issue that will eventually infect every aspect of your friendship. I feel this one. Had a friend like that who always managed to put the blame on me and it made me so frustrated that at one point I snapped when a common friend of us experienced that same toxic behavior. She found out later and got super mad at me for trash talking her. Lol, maybe I am the bad guy. 1 upper friends. 2 upper friends. That's nothing, try having a 3 upper friend. You're lucky, I have a 4 upper friend. That's nothing compared to an upper-decker friend. Friends that don't let you have any other friends and require 100% of your time when they can't give you the same. This also applies to significant others. Especially so, with significant others. Huge red flag. Friends who gossip excessively. If they're talking about other people, chances are they're talking about you. My roommates like to gossip by saying extremely nice things behind friends' backs. That kind of gossiping is okay. When they push other people out of the friend group. It happened in my group where there were 5 of us, she joined and basically bullied 3 out of the group. But it wasn't obvious bullying. A lot of things change, next thing I know I'm being treated like shit to the point I hate myself. Me and my friend managed to leave and make friends with the original 5 again. The one that kicked everyone out is very social and no one really likes her because she's not nice, but she's now found herself with no friends. You get what you deserve. They call you only when they need you. And then you feel guilty when you get mad because they've had a rough upbringing or something. And you feel like a bad friend and like maybe you're overreacting. Because you know, they've been through a lot. But still you want to vent to them about your problems because they might be able to sympathize, but then you think that their problems have been worse than yours, so you really can't complain because in comparison you don't have shit to complain about. And they don't call you or text you for a few months, but suddenly they get into an argument with somebody and they're always in the right and they need somebody to reassure them that they deserve better. Sounds about right. They don't ask about you, they just turn every conversation about themselves. When you talk about exams, they don't ask you how you did, they just talk about themselves. When you talk about not sleeping well, they talk about how they didn't sleep. When you tell them you broke up with your significant other, they talk about their significant other, etc. Some people think that that is how you show empathy, by showing you have similar problems. It becomes a real problem when they combine it with being a topper. I slept awful last night. Woke up at 3 and just gave up. Me too. I never did fall asleep and I just laid on the couch all night. Reading these comments are helping to calm my anxieties about whether or not I'm a good friend, so thanks for that, y'all. Another sign of a bad friend is no self-reflection. Sounds like you don't fall into that category either. Vampires can't be good friends? Say it ain't so. That's because they suck. Friends that aren't happy for your success and happiness, but are very close when you're sad. The emotional vampires. That's how they feed. Friends who constantly call you for advice but never take it and continue to involve you in their drama. If you're not going to make moves to improve your situation, stop asking me for help. Ask holes. They never say anything supportive of you. But they will point out your flaws, and can't wait to burn you, because it's funny, to them. And then the follow-up of, "You're too sensitive, it's just joking." I had a friend like that. When I started distancing myself from her and that group of friends, I became the bitch that never wanted to hang out even though I had no life. Good riddance. Good vibes only, friends. That mentality is fine to have with yourself. But you can't force that on others. My best friend adopted this attitude, and from then on, whenever I would come to her for support or advice on an issue I was having, she'd cut me off and say, Good vibes only, remember? Because I was bringing her down. I put up with it for a long time because I thought she was right, that I was burdening her. But then I finally realized that that's not how real friends act. They're supposed to support and help each other. Edit, thank you for the silver. And many people are bringing up how some people set up boundaries because they are going through something themselves and can't help someone else at the moment, or that the person will only come to them for negative things. I completely agree. Neither extreme is a healthy friendship. Referred to online as toxic positivity. Friends who are good to you when one-on-one but constantly put you down in group settings. This is a big sign of insecurity, jealousy. Other signs: inappropriate attention-seeking behaviors, trying to twist the situation on you when confronted about things, not respecting your boundaries, is super friendly with new people but in a disingenuous "I wanna be like the most" way, constant gaslighting, getting mad at you for not going by the exact same moral playbook as them. When in group settings they get really uncomfortable and try to change the subject or put you down extra if attention is on you, acting they like can take constructive feedback but actually taking it out on you in small ways throughout the rest of the day. Really jealous and possessive friends. I'm a jealous person by nature, and even though my jealousy flares up when I see my friends hanging out with other people, I would never let them know. Why? Because I don't want them to feel bad about doing the things they love, e.g. having a social life outside my little world. If a person tries to box you up because they want you all to themselves, it's not a proof of love or companionship. True love, in any kind of relationship like friends, family, lovers, is shown by respect and allowing the other person to have free will. This is subtle and a bit counterintuitive, but beware of the rescuer martyr. The person that's always rushing out to help and give everyone else their all, whether or not it's needed or whether the recipient is comfortable with it. They are good people, very well-intentioned and saintly in their generosity with their time and energy. However, sometimes it goes to the extreme, and then it's more a symptom of a toxic cycle where they only get meaning and self-worth when they are saving someone, or maybe they keep swooping into other people's lives to fix things in hopes that someone will do the same for them. They may have good intentions but they tend not to have good boundaries, they get overinvolved in your life, take on way too much and make everyone's problems their own. They end up overwhelmed, mired in drama, and resentful. And then they become the martyr. The problem with being friends with this type of person is that you're not in an equal friendship where you like each other, enjoy spending time with each other, and when there happen to be downs, you support each other through them. It's more like you're a project, everyone's a project, and once you stop being a project you're now support, not just for them and their own problems, but part of the fire brigade for their other projects, which they've internalized as their own problems and drama. If you think about them when you read this post,